Hey guys, welcome to #BeingEntrepreneur. This is your host Sachin, and today we have a guest. Actually our first guest, Mr. Gurudath Kamath, life and leadership coach, entrepreneur, and author of the book The Inner Guru.
Yeah.
Welcome, Gurudath.
Thank you so
Welcome to
much.
#BeingEntrepreneur.
Thank you so much, Sachin. It's an honor to be here on your first episode.
Yeah,
Uh,
I'm actually very psyched. Actually, this is my. I recently started podcasting. You
okay.
know, actually recorded few episodes, but I haven't been out there that much.
Yes. It's good you started. Many of the people they don't even start. Like they only think in their minds that
Yeah, yeah.
so.
Actually, I actually wanted to go out and meet people and actually start a vlog,
Hmm.
and I planned also for podcast. But right before I started, I got all my tools. I got my camera. I set up all the accounts. Right before I started,
Hmm.
coronavirus,
Yes.
COVID
Yes.
outbreak.
Yes. 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 Yes.
And suddenly, like, everybody was afraid to meet people.
Correct. Yeah.
So that happened.
Anyways, this
And
Anchor app is really good. You can meet, talk
yeah,
to people.
seriously, yeah.
Yeah.
And we can just share it to like 8 other,
Correct.
sites,
Because yeah.
podcasting sites
Yes.
directly.
Yes. 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 Correct.
So that's a great thing about Anchor, and it's free.
Yes,
What more do we need?
exactly.
And Gurudat, why don't you introduce yourself for our audience?
So, yes, my name is Gurudath Kamath. I'm a life
Mm-hmm.
transformation coach. I'm an author of the book The Inner Guru, which is out right now in Amazon.
Mm-hmm.
Also an entrepreneur. I run my event management company in Bangalore.
Okay.
It's called by the name Sangachadam, and I've been running this company from past 6 years.
Oh, awesome.
And then I'm also a disc jockey as a passion,
Mm-hmm.
as an hobby. I play for this record label called Digital Home Productions. I've
Okay.
been traveling across the globe, like Japan, Greece,
Mm-hmm.
and Malaysia.
Mm-hmm.
Playing
Mm-hmm.
music. It's just a part-time hobby which I have, which I
Mm-hmm.
do.
Mm-hmm.
So this is about me to begin with. Yes, I'm this. My life was not always like happy, and
Mm-hmm.
rich people or nothing like that. I've come from this place called Mangalore,
Okay.
if you know this town in southern. So
I've
it's
been
yeah, I've
I've been
been
to
to
Bangalore. I
Bangalore. Oh,
think in my MBA I went to St. Aloysius College. I think you
yeah,
heard of it.
yes,
Yeah, there
definitely.
was a management fest there.
Yes. So I'm from this place from Mangalore. So this
Mm-hmm.
I think the first 5 to 6 years of my life have been a challenge because my parents didn't have a very good relationship, and my
Mm-hmm.
parents.
That's really tough on a kid.
Yes, so and when my parents broke up, they got divorced when I was like age of 6,
Mm-hmm.
and then my mom decided to go to Kuwait to work for our future, and I didn't like
Okay.
my dad so much because he used to drink a lot and hit me and hit
Mm-hmm.
my mom. So I was staying
Mm-hmm.
with my mom's parents, my grandparents. So
Okay.
growing up until my college, I didn't have my parents. My mom was away, so I didn't have any mentor to guide me and tell me what is
Mm-hmm.
right, what is wrong. But
Mm-hmm.
only thing what kept me going was sports. So I was a hardcore sports enthusiast, and
Mm-hmm.
which really kept me going. And I finished my college in Bangalore, and then I wanted to come to Bangalore because say big city life, good opportunities. I wanted to get a good job, settle
Mm-hmm.
down and all those stuff. So I
Mm-hmm.
came to Bangalore to do my MBA. I
Mm-hmm.
got admission in RV Institute of Management,
Mm-hmm.
and but the life had a different course for me altogether. Once I came here,
Mm-hmm.
I got so influenced by the city big life. I started clubbing.
Mm-hmm.
I met a lot of people into fashion, into clubbing and all this stuff. I became
Mm-hmm.
a DJ, and I got easily influenced into drugs, alcohol and stuff.
Okay.
So then what happened? My all of my habits started changing. I stopped playing sports. There was no
Mm-hmm.
physical activity. I became very lethargic. I met a
Mm-hmm.
lot of people which were not right at that moment of my life.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So I got a job also after my MBA, which I could not continue for like 6 months. I quit. I went back home,
Mm-hmm.
back to Mangalore, and
Mm-hmm.
then I started my garment business. And
Mm-hmm.
then side by side, I started my sound rentals and event business in Mangalore,
Mm-hmm.
continuing my habits of being into drugs and alcohol and being
Mm-hmm.
with the wrong kind of people. And
Mm-hmm.
1 year down the line, I went to complete bankruptcy.
Okay.
So I didn't have a job, no business, went for a loss. I was homeless. I didn't have any money in my bank account. and I was
Mm-hmm.
clueless in my life, and like why is this happening in my life? What wrong have I done?
Mm-hmm.
And luckily, I was in a urge of almost giving up my life because I lost everything whatever I worked for. And
Mm-hmm.
then a friend of mine, she became like a mentor. She told me to start doing something new, and she asked me if I read books. So
Mm-hmm.
I said, no, I don't read books. And the first book which she gave me was by Deepak Chopra. It's called Synchro Destiny, if you read about it. So
Okay.
this book told me about how certain things is happening in your life, is happening for a reason.
Mm-hmm.
So everything happening, like me and you now coming to this podcast, is for a reason.
Mm-hmm.
There's
Yeah,
a
it is. It is.
coincidence. That's a coincidence.
Mm-hmm.
There's always an opportunity in a coincidence. There's always opportunity in your life. So either you can be a
Mm-hmm.
victim of your life
Mm-hmm.
and tell that, why is this happening to me? Why is my fate bad? Why are people
Mm-hmm.
bad? Why is my business
Mm-hmm.
going for a loss? Or you can take it in a very empowering way and ask yourself, like, why is this? What can I do to make my life better? How
Mm-hmm.
can I change my life course of life? Where do I want to see myself in the next 3 or 5 years? So this
Mm-hmm.
was a new outlook, like a perspective which I got in life. And the
Mm-hmm.
later part of books, the second half of book, he mentioned about meditation and yoga and spirituality and how it helps you become very aware of yourself, your thoughts, your
Mm-hmm.
emotions.
Mm-hmm.
So it was very uh, that point of mine, it gave me a hope in my life that I need to do something about myself. And that's when I joined meditation and spirituality. Art of Living was the first foundation which I joined,
Okay.
and the first meditation session only changed my whole life. So it
Mm-hmm.
completely shook me. It gave me a different perspective about life. The 1 week course which I attended was very amazing, and it just changed my mindset. The way I looked at
Mm-hmm.
things changed. Like automatically, all my worries, everything went off, and I
Mm-hmm.
forgot the past and I'm looking forward for the future. And then
Mm-hmm.
for the next 1.5 2 years, I was traveling to ashrams. I was reading a lot of books,
Okay.
trying to find myself. Why am I here? What
Mm-hmm.
is my purpose? Because I
Mm-hmm.
realized that for life to make sense, first I need to make sense of myself. I need
That's
to
very true.
understand
Yeah.
understand myself first, and then I know
Mm-hmm.
things would get better. So I
Mm-hmm.
started watching a lot of YouTube videos of different you can say Tony Robbins. I started
Mm-hmm.
watching like Eckhart Tolle, Dr.
Mm-hmm.
Dan Wire. Started reading books
Mm-hmm.
like The Secret, The Power
Okay.
of Now, all this, How
Mm-hmm.
to Influence Friends. So I was reading a lot,
Mm-hmm.
and after 2 years, I decided to start my company
Okay.
with a few bunch of friends.
Mm-hmm.
Cause in the name of Sangachadam, we used to do decor for even small events, and that's how we started picking up, and
Okay.
slowly came into corporates, and now we
Mm-hmm.
have been doing the shows all across India.
Mm-hmm.
And that is one thing. And then since this spiritual awakening, I always wanted to help people realize their true power, and realize that everything we need is there within us. It's just in our mindset, in how
Mm-hmm.
we look at things. And that's when I think 2 years back I decided that I need to spread this knowledge and become a
Mm-hmm.
coach.
Mm-hmm.
And that's when I started getting coached by a lot of people, a lot of other coaches like Arfin,
Mm-hmm.
and I joined a lot
Mm-hmm.
of online courses, which gave me a lot of better outlook about coaching industry. And that's when I decided to
Mm-hmm.
become a coach, and that's when I decided I need to write a book of my
Okay.
teachings, what I've learned in my life, and I can help people. And that's how I
Mm-hmm.
became an author and a life coach.
Mm-hmm.
And yes, this is in short about me, like how my life
Mm-hmm.
transformed
Mm-hmm.
in these few years.
Mm-hmm. If I can ask a personal question,
Yeah, sure, sure.
like you told me that the moment you attended that meditation program,
Correct.
like it changed your mindset. Like,
Yes.
how did that happen? What part of that meditation program just made you just click like that?
So I was thinking for a long time that my problems are very bigger than me. The
Mm-hmm.
situation is always bigger than me.
Mm-hmm.
People are bigger than me. I used to
Mm-hmm.
always put myself down. But when
Yeah.
I went to that meditation, when I got that awakening, I realized that it's
Mm-hmm.
pro- situations, problems are always smaller if you think they are smaller. If you think they are bigger, they
It
becomes
is. It
bigger.
is.
So
It
one
is
more,
actually.
yes,
Actually, I have been encountered with many problems, like in my life also, like I started my company. I actually had a lot of intention of doing marketing. You know,
Mm-hmm.
when I was working for this company in Bangalore, I was
Mm-hmm.
into business development, sales.
Yes.
So when I started with sales, I actually encountered a lot of problems. I used to, send cold emails, make phone calls, meetings, and all, but that wasn't enough.
Mm-hmm.
So I thought, okay, what else is there? What else we can do? So I stumbled upon Gary Vaynerchuk's video
Yes, Gary.
about it was just like a light bulb moment for me.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Yeah.
okay, these are the tools and these are the things I can learn. These are the things I can do. So
Yes.
I started with that course. I completed that course and I pitched for my company. I mean, the company I was working for almost 6 months. Nothing happened.
Mm-hmm.
And then I thought, okay, this is not going anywhere, and I left the job. And because of some of the personal problems I was having,
Mm.
like you said, you told me that you felt stuck in your life, like
Yes.
nothing is going forward. That happened to me too. You know, like this environment I was in my life,
Mm-hmm.
it was completely like I felt it's holding me back.
Yes.
I felt that I need that change. If I don't change now, I can't do anything in life.
Yes.
That's what I felt like.
Yes.
So I left Bangalore. I went to Noida. I
Mm-hmm.
joined a startup company over there. So I went there and I thought, okay, my life would change. I need to step out of my comfort zone, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And 1 month later, I got fired from there.
Okay.
So back to where I began, back to
Mm-hmm.
Bangalore.
Mm-hmm.
But the one thing that changed was my mindset.
Yes.
The mindset I went from here, what I had,
Mm-hmm.
that completely changed. I
Mm-hmm.
don't know what happened. I actually don't know what happened, but when I came back here, my mindset was completely different.
Yes.
So I started, freelancing.
Yes.
I met few people online, and I started doing freelancing work.
Yes.
And slowly, I set up my company, and right now, I've been running my business from 2 years.
Mm-hmm. That's good. Okay.
And the story behind this podcast, why I wanted to do this was one thing. It will be helpful for my business, and the core reason behind hashtag being entrepreneur is like every entrepreneur, every person who is there out there to uh, make it on their own has a story to tell.
Definitely.
For example,
Definitely.
I didn't know all the story about you, but
Yeah.
what you told till now, it is very inspirational, and I'm sure a lot of people can, or a lot of our listeners can relate to it.
Well, that's very important for us. We are here to share our
Yeah.
stories and learn from other people's story, and that's how
Hmm.
we'll grow in our life.
Hmm.
So this is one more thing which I wanted to say was I realized that for things to change, you have to
Hmm.
change. For things to get better, you have
Yeah,
to get better.
that is very
So
true.
it all begins from you. So you
Hmm.
have to start building your character first, your personality
Hmm.
first. Only then things
Hmm.
will. So most of the people, what mistake they do is, I think, they're more focused on the outside. They're trying to fix other people. They're trying to fix their parents, or they're trying to fix
Hmm.
their business without realizing that the real problem is within them.
Yeah.
It's in their thoughts, in the way they feel, in the kind of action they're putting.
Hmm.
So it's very important to first to realize to get a complete understanding of yourself.
Hmm.
Only then I think things will become easy in your life.
That's very true. Actually, when I started this, uh, after starting my freelancer journey,
Mm-hmm.
I realized I was working on very hard on Upwork, apps like Upwork and all, and the social media.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought, okay, why not put out some content out there?
Yes.
I had this plan for my company, and I thought, okay, after getting influenced by Gary Vaynerchuk, I thought I need to put out some content. But I
Yes.
thought, for almost a month, I didn't
Mm-hmm.
write anything.
Mm-hmm.
For almost a month, I didn't write anything because, like, I felt, what would other people think? You know,
Yeah, that always
what
stops us
would
from.
be, yeah, on social media especially,
Correct.
every person out there is trying to make a video or audio or a picture perfect.
Mm-hmm.
They're forgetting the core value of the content.
Yeah.
And
True.
I also looked at so many apps, designing apps, to get my that perfect picture. And
Mm.
I didn't even realize I was good at writing content. I actually am.
Mm.
If you look into my page, it's not bragging, But actually, what I do, there's a ritual I do every morning. Every
Mm-hmm.
morning I wake up and I think about something.
Okay.
It's not just a problem or any issue or anything. I just think about any
Mm-hmm.
word, for example,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and the content just comes to me. Like
Yeah,
for
that's
now,
good.
for example,
Mm-hmm.
if I'm talking to you about attitude, we
Mm-hmm.
can just talk anything about attitude, right? Like
Yes,
attitude
yes,
is a
yes.
good thing if it's on
Yes,
a good side. You know,
yes,
attitude
definitely.
can help you better deal with your problem. This can be
Correct,
the content.
correct.
Right there, what I said just now, this can be the content.
Yes,
People are so focused on finding that fancy new word or
ah.
finding a fancy new sentence,
Yeah,
but they're forgetting the core value of it. And
yes,
they're almost always focused on likes, shares, and
correct,
comments.
correct, correct, correct.
But what I believe is doing things in a
Yeah,
consistent manner.
definitely. I made a post also yesterday on Instagram saying,
Hmm. Yeah, I saw that
focus on
actually.
commitment, not on motivation.
Yeah,
So
I
the
saw
more
that. I saw that
consistent
actually.
you are, every day you put in that effort. People are more,
Hmm.
you know, people want that big thing to happen, and they forget the small things which you need to do on a daily manner. Maybe in terms of
Hmm.
your health or your knowledge or whatever. It's the
Hmm.
small steps you do. You read for 20 minutes. You work out for 20-30 minutes on a daily basis.
Hmm.
You write a blog
Hmm.
every day for like 10-15 minutes, or maybe you create a
Hmm.
video every day for like 15 minutes. So
Hmm.
people like they see Gary Vee, even he tells the same thing. Like you
Hmm.
they don't know the kind of struggle what he has gone from this past 20 years. He
Yeah,
has
that's
gone
right.
from
That's
nowhere
right.
to something, but it's not like an overnight journey. It's took him years.
It's not. That's what he says, right? Like it's not gonna happen tomorrow or day after
Yes,
tomorrow or in a year.
correct.
It's like every day. It's a process what you
Definitely,
need to love,
definitely,
not the result.
definitely, definitely. That's true.
So, Gurudev, tell me about this book, The Inner Guru. Like, as an entrepreneur for myself, like how this book can be helpful.
So this book, this the Inner Guru, which is my findings about life and what I've learned from my life. So there are different
Mm-hmm.
topics in this book. When it comes to gratitude, how we can help use
Mm-hmm.
gratitude to improve
Mm-hmm.
your mindset and stuff. Because when you're grateful, we are focused only on what is good in our life. So most of the times we're thinking what
Mm-hmm.
is bad in our life. So when we
Yeah, most of the people
yeah
do that. Actually, I do hear that a lot. Actually,
yeah so
people don't focus
the
on
good.
the
Correct.
solutions,
Even
just
if
the
you go
problem.
to a temple or a church, if you see people, they only go and ask for things. So when
Yeah.
you're asking for things, we are focusing more on what is not good in your life, what is not right in your
Mm-hmm.
life. So you get the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why
Mm-hmm.
when you are going to a temple or a church, just say thank you for the things what you have. So what you do is by being
Mm-hmm.
grateful, you're focusing your
Mm-hmm.
mindset on what is good in your life. So what you focus on is what you get in your
Mm-hmm.
life. Simple as that. That is what you
Mm-hmm.
attract. So there's a chapter on gratitude. There are chapters on different like forgiveness, how forgiveness has helped because I used to hold on to my dad a lot. So that is to
Mm-hmm.
stop me from outperforming well. So because most of the
Mm-hmm.
times I used to hold on to anger in my mind regarding him, and I used to waste my energy. So when I learned how to
Mm-hmm.
let go of my anger towards him and forgive him, it gave me a better outlook on life. It made me feel light and helped me more in my business, my career.
Mm-hmm.
So these things are there.
Mm-hmm.
Then I've written about how it's important to build a strong value system, like a belief system. So in my
Mm-hmm.
book, what I've done is end of the every chapter there's an activity center wherein people can read it and go and write their thoughts. So it's a
Mm-hmm.
two-way book. It's not just you go and read the book. It's also that at the end of the chapter there's an activity where I ask certain questions where the readers can write their
Mm-hmm.
answers and get the answers for their life. The main idea about writing this book is to help people to get the answers because I truly believe that whatever answers you want in your life is there inside you.
Mm-hmm.
You don't need a big
Yes, it
guru
is.
or a
Mm-hmm.
it's good to have mentors to guide you, and but it's not always
Mm-hmm.
required. So it's more important to connect yourself to your inner voice. That is
Mm-hmm.
one thing which will always guide you. Mentors are there,
Mm-hmm.
parents are there, but they can't be there with you 24/7, right?
Yeah, but people don't
Yeah,
understand your actual problem, even
absolutely,
if you say it out
definitely.
loud,
The
right?
root of yourself only you
Mm-hmm.
can understand. So this is why I
Mm-hmm.
wanted people to get into activity and connect to themselves and get the answers of
Mm-hmm.
their life. So they're different. If I have to topics like about how to compete with yourself. Most of the people, what they're
Mm-hmm.
doing is they're competing with someone else. It's not like
Mm-hmm.
they're competing with self. How I can get myself better than what I was yesterday. So there's a chapter on
Mm-hmm.
that called competing with yourself, which is very, very important, I feel, because nowadays most of the
Mm-hmm.
people are competing with, even in social media, they're looking at someone else and trying to be like them or something like that.
Exactly, exactly. That's happening a
There's
lot
a
actually.
chapter on identification, on how we identify ourselves with things and ego and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
By with
Mm-hmm.
a name, with a brand, with the car we have,
Mm-hmm.
with the house we have. So it's very important to let go of this identify and be humble in life. So
Mm-hmm.
there is a chapter on silence, how we can use silence to actually calm your
Mm-hmm.
mind and be focused. There are
Mm-hmm.
chapters on how to try new things, like you said, you never knew before writing that
Mm-hmm.
you're good at writing. So only when you keep
Yeah.
trying new things is when you understand what you are.
Mm-hmm.
Most of them are like,
That's
they
exactly
feel
right.
like, I don't like dancing, it's not me. But
Mm-hmm.
actually when they start dancing, they realize that it makes them happy. Or when even
Yeah,
when
it
you're
does. It
writing, or
does.
when you're cooking, like some people say I don't know to
Mm-hmm.
cook, but when they actually
Mm-hmm.
go and try, they realize that, oh, I'm good at it, I can do this makes
Mm-hmm.
me happy.
Mm-hmm.
So people are
Mm-hmm.
stuck in a limited mindset and doing the same thing over and again. So it's very important on a timely manner to try new
Mm-hmm.
things in your life. Doesn't matter, it has to be a big thing, like it can be small things,
Mm-hmm.
like going for a walk, or
Mm-hmm.
trying to cook, or learning to paint, or listening to music, or whatever it is.
Mm-hmm.
So it's very important to try new things. So there is this chapter on
Okay.
vulnerability. So before, for a
Okay.
long point of my life, I should never talk about my dad, my life, and all this stuff, like how I'm
Mm-hmm.
speaking to you right now openly. But
Mm-hmm.
there's a power in this, when you're
It is.
well,
It's there. See, we are not pretending
correct,
here, right? Like we are actually sharing the
correct,
story. This is the core
correct,
value
correct,
of why I started
correct.
this
And even
podcast.
Gary Vee talks about this
Mm-hmm.
vulnerability. The more
Mm-hmm.
vulnerable you are,
Mm-hmm.
the more open you are about your life, your failures and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
People don't have a chance to,
Mm-hmm.
grab onto you, like, put you down in any
Mm-hmm.
way, because you already accepted
Mm-hmm.
yourself for the bad things what you have done
Mm-hmm.
or what you have gone through in your life. So it's very
Mm-hmm.
important to be vulnerable. It makes you become more
Mm-hmm.
free and more confident. So there are a lot of these
Mm-hmm.
topics like this, like self-awareness. There's a very important chapter called as four pillars of life. So four pillars of, I feel there are
Okay.
four pillars in life which you have to work on a daily basis. One is your body, your
Mm-hmm.
mind, your heart, and your soul. So I talked
Mm-hmm.
about these four pillars which you need to strengthen yourself. When you strengthen these four
Mm-hmm.
pillars every day, the rest of the things will fall
Mm-hmm.
into place. So if you take
Mm-hmm.
in terms of body is very important. You need to
Mm-hmm.
take care of your health. Your mind, what
Mm-hmm.
are the things you can do to have a strong mental health? Your
Mm-hmm.
heart, your emotions are very important. We humans are emotional beings. So what are the things you
Mm-hmm.
can do to on a daily basis wherein you can improve your emotional state of state and be
Mm-hmm.
very happy and fourth is your
Mm-hmm.
spiritual, your soul, spiritual health.
Mm-hmm.
What are the
Mm-hmm.
things you can do on a day to day basis wherein you can be happy about yourself, the soul, the spirituality of
Mm-hmm.
your life. So this
Mm-hmm.
this is the book. It's a general book which can help anyone, whether if you want to take it in a personal way or a corporate
Mm-hmm.
entrepreneur way. Even for entrepreneurs, I'm telling you one thing is like
Mm-hmm.
first work on building a personality, work on building a character, and then rest of the things will
Mm-hmm.
fall into place. It's very
Mm-hmm.
important. See, tomorrow, if Gary Vee has become Gary Vee because of the personality he has, because of the character he has built over years,
Yes.
because
Yes.
of the confidence
Mm-hmm.
he has, because of the
Mm-hmm.
commitment he has. So these are the things very
Mm-hmm.
important. The external things will
Mm-hmm.
automatically fall into place. So it's very
Mm-hmm.
important to have a strong character and a personality. That is what my belief is, and that is what has helped me.
Mm-hmm.
Because whenever I started working on myself, my health, my knowledge, reading
Mm-hmm.
books, doing
Mm-hmm.
coaching sessions,
Mm-hmm.
it has helped me improve my other areas of my life, like my business and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, this is the book is all about the inner guru. It's basically a book on
Mm-hmm.
finding the answers to your life.
Mm-hmm. So this is a book it can help
Yeah, it can
anybody.
help anybody. It
It,
can help anybody who wants to follow their passion, or want to get to know
mm-hmm.
themselves better, know what is
Mm-hmm.
life, how they can shape themselves. Even for entrepreneurs, they
Mm-hmm.
can get to know themselves. They can use it to know how they can
Mm-hmm.
use their skills to being grateful in
Mm-hmm.
their workspace, or having what are the kind
Mm-hmm.
of core values they need to have towards work, how to compete
Mm-hmm.
with themselves and not others in the business, how to make
Mm-hmm.
themselves better, their business every day better than what used to be yesterday. So these are very
Mm-hmm.
basic things what I speak about in the book. Like I've not gone like very extraordinary. So that's what I am
Mm-hmm.
telling. We need to focus on the very basic, simple things in life.
Mm-hmm.
People are more focused on the extraordinary thing, and like how they talk,
Mm-hmm.
like walking on water, or eating fire.
Yeah, when people think about spirituality, that's the misconception,
Yeah,
right? They want to do something phenomenal, like something impossible
correct.
to do. That's not
No.
spirituality. I believe in my doing what I feel
Yes,
right.
definitely.
Okay, that's all I believe
Yeah,
in. I believe in God, yes, but while doing something, I don't attach those things to my religion or spirituality, whatever
correct.
it is. I just do what feels right to
Correct.
me.
Definitely. Definitely. You have to.
So
If
that's
you're
the
not
thing.
happy at the end of the
I,
day, there's no point. Whatever, how much ever effort you put,
exactly, exactly.
how
That
much
is
ever
very
money,
true.
how
That is
much
very
ever
true,
money you
actually.
make, how much ever whatever you
Hmm.
have, if you're not happy at the end of the day,
Hmm.
it's all waste of time.
Hmm. So I have a topic in mind. Like I want to know your failure story. This is something I was very intrigued in, and I wanted to our listeners to know about this and how you overcame it. This can be very motivational for that. Tell me one failure story where you thought, okay, this is it. There's nothing can be done ahead, and at that moment, what made you realize, like you could, I need to keep going, something like that.
So I'd like to tell two stories which changed my life. One is when I was
Mm-hmm.
working in Bangalore. I used to work for this marketing firm, and we used to
Mm-hmm.
sell software solutions. So
Okay.
this was just after my MBA. Just before my MBA, also I got the job. I was working before my final semesters, but it
Mm-hmm.
was so challenging because we didn't have any training, and they used to just give us brochures and tell us to go from store to store and sell software solutions.
Yeah, like companies do confuse marketing and business development. When I joined business development, I thought, okay, I always thought like business development is a bridge between marketing and
Yes,
sales. But no, here it's sales,
correct.
basically sales.
So
And even in marketing,
yeah,
sorry to interrupt, let me just
yes,
finish this. Like, even in marketing, I see a lot of posts, I consume a lot of content on social media. All companies are doing is
yes,
sales on social
yes,
media.
correct.
They're not focusing on building the brand, or they're not focusing on providing some kind of value to their
Correct, correct,
customers.
correct. Yes, so it's happening everywhere. Like so they used to make us every day go from shop to shop. And after 6 months, I was so stressed in my life because every day 10 hours, I didn't have a vehicle that then. I used to go by bus or walk or something like that. And
Okay.
I started
Mm-hmm.
losing weight. Health became
Mm-hmm.
bad. I was so stressed. My
Mm-hmm.
mental health was in zero. I feel at that moment of time.
Mm-hmm.
And one day I was having a cup of coffee.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And it was like a light bulb moment. I asked myself one important question. So much
Mm-hmm.
effort I'm putting for someone else.
Mm-hmm.
What if I put the same effort to myself?
Mm-hmm.
That changed my life. And the next day
Okay.
itself, I quit my job. I called my mom and said, I'm coming back home. I want to start something of my own.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I realized that so much effort I'm putting for someone else. If I put the same
Mm-hmm.
effort and hard work to myself, maybe 3 years down the line or
Mm-hmm.
5 years down the line, I'll reach somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
At least I'll have
Mm-hmm.
something of my own. So that
Mm-hmm.
is one thing which I think every entrepreneur should ask themselves, that when if they want to
Mm-hmm.
start something of their own, if they're working in a space
Mm-hmm.
or if they are not happy about,
Mm-hmm.
ask that so much effort you're putting to yours to someone
Mm-hmm.
else's growth, which
Mm-hmm.
they're making you, paying you peanuts. What
Yeah,
what what if
that's
you
there.
put the same effort to yourself? Maybe in the beginning it's gonna be tough for the first 1 2 years, but I'm promise
Mm-hmm.
you, another 3 to 5 years you'll flourish in a very bigger manner.
That's very true. That's what I
So
believe in.
that is one thing which is my takeaway. Another failure story is, I think, when I went back to Bangalore, when I lost my,
Mm-hmm.
both of my uh, businesses went for a bankruptcy, and I came, I
Mm-hmm.
didn't have a place to stay. I was homeless and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So
Okay.
I was in a urge of giving up my life. I didn't know what to do, and
Mm-hmm.
The only way I realized to change my life, that's where I came into spirituality, is for things to change, I have to change.
Mm-hmm.
This simple as that.
Mm-hmm.
The very important
Mm-hmm.
thing is routine.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't have a routine, you're gonna fail. As simple as that.
That's very true. Yes,
Routine
yes, that is
is
true.
very important.
Mm-hmm.
What are you gonna do on a day-to-day basis? How are you managing your time and energy? Even if it doesn't get you money, doesn't matter. See, if you
Mm-hmm.
see now, most of the people are, they're jobless or their business. My business is shut from past 2 months because no events running.
Okay.
But
Yeah,
that's not
there's no
stopping me
events
from
running.
doing my, daily routines. I get up. It doesn't mean
Mm-hmm.
that I get up at
Mm-hmm.
6 o'clock. I get up by 8:30,
Mm-hmm.
maybe by
Mm-hmm.
9. I get up. I do my yoga meditation. Have my ginger lemon tea. I
Mm-hmm.
read for some
Mm-hmm.
time. All this stuff, and then I do my work. Evenings I go for a jog. I do a workout and all this stuff. So it's very
Mm-hmm.
important to have a routine. That is when
Mm-hmm.
you get certain passion and purpose in your life, is through routines.
Mm-hmm.
That is very, very, very important. And
Mm-hmm.
one more easy way which entrepreneurs can grow themselves is by getting a coach.
Mm-hmm.
It's very easy to grow your life by learning from someone who has already done that. My life changed
Mm-hmm.
when I started getting coached by people, because for a long,
Okay.
almost 20 years of my life, I never believed in mentors, I never believed in role models. But once I
Mm-hmm.
came to spirituality, once I came into coaching, I started having role models. I started getting
Mm-hmm.
coached. I spent money on myself. It's very important to
Okay.
invest in yourself, in getting the right
That's
knowledge,
true.
getting
Mm-hmm.
trained by businessmen or entrepreneurs who are doing well in the industry. Even doesn't matter. You
Mm-hmm.
have to spend money first to know the knowledge.
Yes.
Knowledge is power.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
So if you have to give an example of Elon Musk or Bill Gates or
Mm-hmm.
whoever, even they work for like 14 hours or
Mm-hmm.
15 hours a day. Even we work for the
Yes.
same time almost. But why is
Mm-hmm.
that they're getting like 1,000 times more uh, than us?
Mm-hmm.
Because the kind of value they have and the kind of knowledge they have.
Mm-hmm.
So that is very important, to have a right kind of knowledge and right kind of value in your life. So when I went
Mm-hmm.
through this, I realized that for things to change, I have to change. So that's when I started changing. I started giving up alcohol. I started giving up drugs. I changed
Mm-hmm.
the kind of circle of people I've got involved with. I
Mm-hmm.
started reading. I started working out again. I started going to the gym. I started
Mm-hmm.
writing a book. I started journaling.
Mm-hmm.
I started
Okay.
practicing gratitude. So I started
Mm-hmm.
involving a lot of things in my day-to-day routine, and that changed tremendously over like one
Mm-hmm.
and a half, 2 years. So
Mm-hmm.
it's not like suddenly
And
things will happen. So people should not
yeah.
believe that, okay, I start meditating, from tomorrow my life
Mm-hmm.
will change. No, it will take.
Yeah, that's the
Yeah,
misconception everybody
yeah,
has. And during this transition from what you were to what you have
yes.
become, you know, how hard was it from other people? I mean, from the external influence of other people. How hard was it for you to transition from point A to point B?
Mm,
I mean, how people were looking at you, how people were talking about you. Did that ever
it
affect
didn't.
you? And I'm very sure
It
it
didn't
never
affect
affected you. I'm very
me.
sure of that.
Definitely, people start looking at
Mm-hmm.
a different way because they have a very different idea about
Mm-hmm.
spirituality and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
My family personally got scared that I'm gonna be a brahmachari or gonna be a guru kind of way,
Yeah,
because
that will
for almost
happen.
1 year I was
Uh-huh.
growing beard, and I was going to
Mm-hmm.
ashram, staying there, meditating,
Mm-hmm.
reading a lot of books, and I was happy for no
Mm-hmm.
reason. Even though I was doing
Mm-hmm.
this, I was not making money, but that was giving me immense
Mm-hmm.
happiness. And that
Mm-hmm.
is what I was looking for in my life. I never felt that way for almost all my years in my life. And I was happy
Mm-hmm.
for no reason. And I was like
Mm-hmm.
so amazed by, the kind of way how you can look at life just by changing your thought process, the way you feel, and, by getting an
Mm-hmm.
awareness about yourself, a higher consciousness about
Mm-hmm.
life around. It
Mm-hmm.
definitely changed, but people are looking at me in a very different manner. But some
Mm-hmm.
new people started accepting me because I was attracting more good people in my
Okay.
life. The older
Mm-hmm.
people were a little bit confused and like, what's happening with him, but nobody could
Mm-hmm.
understand.
Actually, what happens is, in my experience, people actually measure your value based on your income
Definitely, it's
or
always
your
yes.
status or your job
That is
description,
one
even.
sad thing
Okay.
which is there in this
Mm-hmm.
present generation, that the kind of money you have,
Mm-hmm.
if you have a big car, a big house, that means they feel you're successful.
Mm-hmm.
But
Mm-hmm.
How many people who have money and who have cars and bungalows are happy in their life? But
That people won't
very,
care
very
about that. See, that's the thing. That's a bad thing happening in the
yes, yes.
society,
That doesn't
actually.
mean that we need to ignore money. Money is definitely important.
It's a necessity, but it's not like
Not
not for happiness.
money
Money is
can't
not
bring you
equal to
happiness
happiness.
definitely, but
Exactly.
money is important. I feel definitely. If you, doesn't matter that I'm not saying that you should not have a big bungalow or a big car. Even I dream of those things, but that should not affect you as an individual. That should not affect you as It's not like tomorrow you lose that and you lose yourself. See, most of the
Exactly.
successful people, if you take that 5% or 2% of these people, they've gone through failures hundred of times, and then they have gone to that level of vulnerability, and then they have won their life. They failed like 10, 20 times, and then they have reached that level. So now they're not afraid of losing things. Bec-
Yeah, because they know how to
yes,
survive, right? Like
yes,
once they understand that, if you understand how to survive, you can do
definitely,
anything
definitely,
possible.
definitely. So it's
And what I realized was like after I got fired from that company, I came back and I was having a few drinks with my friends, and one of my friend asked me like, okay, what next? What are you going to do next?
yes,
I had zero answer. I had no answer because there was no plan of this, right? I was never been fired before, so it was like kind of devastating for me. I left my whole life behind here in Bangalore, moved to Noida, Delhi, and it was like shattering. I thought I'll start a new life, so everything will be different. I thought, okay, all I had lost my father recently in 2016, so
yeah.
2017 I
So
moved
sorry,
to
sir.
Delhi. So it was like really sad moment,
Mm-hmm.
and I told my mom, okay, first let me go there and work for a few months.
Mm-hmm.
Then you can move in with me. And even she was a little sad to leave everything behind
Yes,
here. But she supports me like crazy. Whatever I do, whatever I decide, she supports me no matter
yes.
what. So I'm very lucky to have her in
That's
my
good.
life. And
Yes, moms are the best always. The same with my mom also.
yeah,
She
that
always
is.
supported what I have done.
And like I said, when I came
Mm-hmm.
back, I had no answer actually. I never thought, okay, I'll start freelancing or start my own company. I had that desire, but I didn't. I lacked that courage.
Mm-hmm.
I was very afraid to start things on my
Mm-hmm.
own. So once I met someone on LinkedIn. Okay, he offered me like, can you move to Mumbai and can you work for
Mm-hmm.
me? I told him, no, actually, I just came back from Delhi. I don't think I'll be moving to some other place very time soon.
Mm-hmm.
So he told me, okay, you can work remotely. So we got connected, and actually, he's my business
Oh,
partner right
that's
now.
good.
So and from that moment, even that was a very tough journey.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, you try to get some leads, and it won't go from get generating lead to closure
Mm-hmm.
point. You don't get paid,
Mm-hmm. Yes, yes, yes.
right? People basically thought I was jobless, but I was working as a freelancer.
Yes,
But people basically called me
yes,
jobless. So even now, it's not like I'm very successful in business. I'm still hustling
yes,
hard
yes.
every day. So even now, people consider without if you say you're a CEO or an entrepreneur, people think of you in a big office
Yeah.
with your own team, all those
Yes,
things. See, that never
yes.
occurred to me. I thought, okay, I'm doing something for
Correct.
myself, and I'm trying to build something from
Yes.
scratch with zero experience in business or in marketing. Nothing. I had zero
Mm-hmm.
experience. Everything I learned in digital marketing in the course I went to was very brief,
Mm.
very basic. There's nothing in it. I mean, for 2 years, I practiced
Okay.
this writing content. Tried to find out the trends or tools or what softwares to use, what could be done better at it.
Mm.
You know, and I found a lot of answers, and I'm still learning. Even today, I'm still
Definitely
learning a lot of things in social media
learning will never
marketing.
stop.
And I finally had the courage to pitch for people,
Mm.
so to get the money, I mean, to get the clients and start my own
Mm-hmm.
business. So I did that, and I have been a little successful. I'm not going to say I've been very successful. I've been a little successful, but it's still a hard journey for
Yes,
me.
yes, yes.
But one thing that keeps me going is every day I wake up with this feeling that, okay, there's no one to tell me what I should do
Yes,
or what I should be
yes.
doing. This is what I want to
Correct.
do, and this is what I believe
Correct.
in. Because this is what is lacking in life for, or this is what their business lack. I tell them bluntly, if I take a look at someone's profile,
Mm-hmm.
or if I take a look at someone's
Correct.
website and what they're
Correct.
doing, I'll tell them bluntly, okay, this is what you're
Yes.
doing, and this is how you should
Yes.
do. So that impresses people.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the thing. I learned this thing from scratch, and with without any other's knowledge. I just watched a lot of videos,
Correct.
consumed a lot of
Value.
content,
Value is very important. You need
and
to provide value
value
to
is very
people.
important. Exactly. Yeah. So even now, like I said, I'm a struggling entrepreneur, and that this transition, this is in this phase of life, entrepreneur life or my personal life. I get, I observe people how they think about me. I don't care
Yeah.
about it, by the way,
Doesn't matter.
but I just observe it. It's very sad that they're not supportive. Not everybody is supportive
No.
of it,
Because see,
right?
there is something that they are also going on through, and that's how they
Mm-hmm.
respond to others. So we need to
Mm-hmm.
understand that they are coming from a different point of view, and maybe they are having some problems in their life. So show empathy
Mm-hmm.
towards them. That's very important.
That is true. That
Empathy.
is true. I do show empathy, but the thing is, I don't. I believe in lifting people
Definitely.
up. I never believe in putting
Correct.
people down, or making fun of them, or
Mm,
actually teasing them off because they are doing something
yes,
new. I really believe in lifting people up.
definitely. That's very important. That's very important being an
Mm-hmm.
entrepreneur to lift each other, lift others, your
Mm-hmm.
teammates, your friends.
Mm-hmm.
That's a very key factor for an entrepreneur, I feel.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And tell me, like, you have your own business, right? Like, how would you let's say, let me give you a scenario here. If there's a teammate of yours who is not actually loving what he's doing,
Mm,
so how would you advise to him?
mm, well, it's I don't know, but I would just speak to him first, like what is the thing, what
Mm-hmm.
would try to understand him, talk to him, like why is he here in this company, and
Mm-hmm.
what is his goal, and what is his interest, and
Mm-hmm.
if it's here for money, and then it doesn't make sense,
Mm-hmm.
because how much of money you have, you'll never be happy in this company.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So basically, it's understanding him, like what are his strengths, what are his weakness, why is he here, what is his motive, where does he see
Mm-hmm.
himself in the next 3 to 5
Mm-hmm.
years in this company.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that way I will get an evaluation of what does why is he here in this place, and then
Mm-hmm.
I guide him through, like I'm giving him options, like this what I can do for you. Either you
Mm-hmm.
can stay on this company, or you can leave, or you can, maybe I can help you out with
Mm-hmm.
something other way. So basically, yeah, that's the basic things what I do. Like I talk to
Mm-hmm.
them, I see what is their state of being now, and
Mm-hmm.
what are the things they can do. And I
Mm-hmm.
basically always tell people to like work on themselves, change their
Mm-hmm.
habits, change their routine, change the kind of people
Mm-hmm.
they're meeting. That these are the very small things, but will make a huge difference in one person's life.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that's it. I feel.
Mm-hmm. And uh, I'm sure you have seen these kind of people too, but there are a lot of people who are actually working just for money, or the fear of
Not having something.
being judged. Yeah, the fear of not having money, or the fear of being judged by their friends, family, or the society itself, and they just want to be in that price range,
Yes,
that salary
yes,
range. Okay, at this point of my life I need to earn this much
yes.
money. At this point of my life I need to get married, I need to have kids, I need to do this, do that. So what advice would you give for them?
Well,
And they're very sad about it too,
uh,
and yet they keep doing it.
so this one thing which I ask for my coaching clients also, doing what you're doing right
Mm-hmm.
now.
Mm-hmm.
Where do you see yourself in the next 3 years or 5 years? Doing what you're
Mm-hmm.
doing right now, the same thing you're
Mm-hmm.
doing again, and see what is happening. 95%, only five. I'm frankly saying only 5% of this world are actually wealthy and happy in their life. only I think 5 to 10% actually, like, they're doing things what they love and following the passion. Rest, I think 90% of the people are not, like, happy or completely satisfied in their job or relationship. Uh, but I'm asking them, what new are you ready to do to make your life better? The 95% of the people, they're doing the same thing again and again and
Yes, that's
expecting a
true.
different result, which is not gonna happen. You need to keep trying new things. You need to follow your passion. You need to follow what makes you happy. So when you're happy, you'll do things in a much better, higher, will perform better. These are very basic things, like, don't go beyond money. Money is actually easy to earn. It's not like a great difficulty to earn money. Go beyond knowledge, go beyond, value, go beyond how much you know uh, knowledge you can add to yourself. This is very important. So I don't know, either you can be like this only for the rest of your life, and at the age of 60, 70, repent your life. Most of the people at that age, they start repenting about their life.
Yeah, they just look
And
back and okay, I wish I had done this, and they
so you
advise to
can,
their kids.
correct, you can either be that, and or else you can start making small changes in your, see, you can't suddenly quit your job, and that's also foolish.
Yeah, that is because
You can't
in this day and age, there are people actually depending on you.
Yes,
If you
definitely,
can
it's not like.
afford that life, see, I when I lost my job and start doing this, actually, my dad had passed away, so
Yes,
my mom had invested in a small business which was earning a little bit of money. So
yes,
I thought it was a calculated risk. Okay, I thought
correct.
if I don't do this now, if I don't start working on myself now, if I become 30, right now I'm 28. So if
Mm,
I go into that 30 years of my life, so
mm,
of course we are Indians and of course we'll be married by that
yes,
time. So I can't do that then. I mean, I could,
yes,
but it will be not feasible because I need to take care of
correct,
my wife, I need to take care of my mom, I need to take
correct,
care of the bills. So if I
correct.
have to risk it, I have to risk it now.
Yes,
But I got a
correct.
lot of resistance, but the only person at that moment who supported me was my mom. She
Mm,
sat me down. She told me, okay. I told her, Mom, I want to do this. She asked me, won't you go to office? I said, no, I'll
mm,
be doing something on my own. Like she asked
mm,
me for how long. I told her, okay, this could turn into a good career if I'm good at it. She said, okay, like do what you if do you really believe in this? She asked me just
mm,
one question: do you really believe in this? Do you really think
mm,
you'll be successful in this? And do you think you will be happy about this? I said,
mm.
yeah. She said, okay, go ahead.
Okay, good.
That was the kind of support. And even today, even till today, she keeps on supporting me
Mm.
in every decision of my life.
Great, that's great. It's very good. Very lucky to have a mom
I
like
am,
you.
I
Even
am, I
same here,
agree.
same here. My mom also same way. Whenever I want something, she's always there to help and support and stuff. So in beginning, she was not happy about me being an entrepreneur. She always wanted to me to get a good job, and so that there's stability in your life. Even now, it's very tough because see, now during COVID, we I don't have anything from past 2 to 3 months. It's been
Okay.
shut. So there is risk also of being an entrepreneur, but there is rewards also in the same way.
It is. Risk and rewards goes hand in hand in
Yeah,
entrepreneurship.
yeah.
That's there.
So
And tell me, like, how social media is helping you in doing what you do.
social media is definitely helping me. It's a great opportunity to put out content out there and actually
Mm-hmm.
tell people what are the kind of things you're doing.
Mm-hmm.
Most of the leads, whatever I've got in
Mm-hmm.
my business
Mm-hmm.
as event management, is through social media,
Mm-hmm.
is through Instagram, it's through
Mm-hmm.
Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
So we always post videos, we always post photos and
Mm-hmm.
stuff, and that's how our company grew
Mm-hmm.
to begin with.
Mm-hmm.
And it's very easy because at a click of a button, you can connect with
Yeah,
people at
it's
worldwide,
basically it's
like
free and you can connect
yeah, it's
to anybody.
yes. So it has helped us a lot build our brand
Mm-hmm.
and my personal brand also, the
Mm-hmm.
Inner Guru brand also,
Mm-hmm.
my company brand also.
Mm-hmm.
So yes, it has helped me. Now I'm getting into LinkedIn now. I
Mm-hmm.
was not into LinkedIn from a long time.
Okay.
So this year I came into LinkedIn. I'm doing a LinkedIn course also.
Mm-hmm.
So to help me, connect with clients and build my personal brand over there.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Yeah, it's helped me a lot. So like I've got a lot of followers. Like not a lot, but it's like very comparatively good. I feel Instagram I have almost 8,000 people, and even on LinkedIn I've got like 1,000 people now, and Facebook personally have like 5,000 friends.
Okay.
If you take my page, my company page has almost like 5,000 followers. My Inner Guru page, my Gurudath Kamath page has got another 1,000 followers. So it's helping me build my reach and tell people that this is what the value I have to offer to you. And everything is in social media now. Everything is like every from low age to middle age to higher age, people are in social media.
Yes.
So I think it will definitely help each and every entrepreneur either to build their personal brand or the company brand. Social media is the key to grow your business, and it's very easy. Even Facebook ads, Google ads, Instagram ads, it's so effective. Even when I'm doing my seminars and stuff, like webinars and stuff, I get my leads through Facebook itself. I do run Facebook ads, so it's getting me good results these days. So yes, definitely it's a platform to be. Every single entrepreneur have to be on social media and learn join courses wherein you can use social media to grow your business, like all these LinkedIn courses or Facebook ad courses. You have joined Facebook ad courses with Gaurav Madan. He's a good
Yeah, I have
uh,
77 days to
77 days.
Facebook
Yes,
ads.
you
Yes.
try these things. It's like you have to invest in yourself. Yeah, you have to give time. You have to learn. You have to upgrade your skills. It's not like easy where you sit in a chair and everything happens. No, it's not the way. You have to put in your time, energy, and focus into certain things, and it will take time. It's like every day you lay a brick, and maybe after a year you'll see a whole wall is built for you. That's how life is. Like every day you need to build that brick. Make sure you build that. Keep that brick in place. Yes.
And there are a lot of life coaches I get TMs from, like before, because this
Yes.
this is something that's very booming right now.
Yes.
Life coaching and spiritual
Yes.
journey, and there's one Eka Foundations. I think you might have heard of it.
Mm-hmm.
So I had a lead from them actually, but after this COVID, they didn't get back to me.
Okay.
So, like, I want to know if you could give any advice for any person or an institute who is going towards life coaching or spirituality. What kind of strategies they can implement on social media for them?
No, if they're going into life coaching and stuff, basically build up, start putting out contents. Yeah, simple as that. Every day, make sure you're putting some valuable content out there. Rest will follow. I feel every day, like like how you started your podcast. Start your podcast. Connect with people. Talk to them. Make at least you don't have to do like every day. Even weekly, monthly, if you can like make 5 podcasts or something, and aim for like a longer, like keep a goal of 6 months or 1 year. Don't think that within 1 week or 1 month I want to build an empire. You can't do that. Think for 12 months I need to release 100 podcasts, or think for make a YouTube video channel. Think for 12 months I want to make 50 videos. I want to interview people and start writing blogs. Put out content. Content is very important. Make Instagram. If you check my Instagram, I'm making a lot of this clip arts and stuff. That, and people are very attracted towards visual these days. So put in a lot of symbols and visuals in your post and stuff. And branding is also very important. Personal branding is also very important. So yeah, just start working on yourself. Like don't give up. Keep implementing new and new things, learning new and living things. Learning should never stop.
That's true.
Learning is the key. The more power, so the more knowledge you have, the more books you read, the more courses you attend, the more value you add to yourself, and then that's how we can add value to other people's life. First, you need to add value to your own self. That's how we can improve yourself and then improve the people's life. You can't be a coach unless you first improve your own life. First you
So,
need to get that result.
like if a person, if let's say a person like me, if I'm trying to be a coach, like I
Mhm.
need to document what I am doing and put it out there.
Definitely.
That's
What
what you're
story
saying,
are
right?
you do you have? They want people
I'm
look for
sorry.
story. People look for
Yeah,
story. What have you done in your life that
exactly.
they can resemble with? Or see, imagine. Uh, Hello.
Yeah, yeah. Tell me.
So imagine, see, someone is giving is a coach of, he'll tell you how to earn money
Mm-hmm.
or how to be financially free. But if you look at his background, he is not financially free. Will you learn from him?
Mm-hmm. Hello.
Hello, will you learn from him? See, if a
No, no,
person
I
is,
won't. I won't. Actually, I
so
won't. I need to believe him, right? He's a total
correct.
stranger to
Yeah,
me.
you want results at the
You
end of
call
the
me
day.
up once, and it's like making cold calls. You just give me
Correct.
a call, and okay, I'm a life coach. I'm like this. Do you want to learn from me? I don't know
Correct.
anything about you.
You need, yeah,
The
that's right.
same
Very
applies to business as well, right?
anything, correct. You need to have content out there. You need to have social proof. That
Mm-hmm.
is very important right now.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I decided to write a book. People can go and see my book, read my book, and they come to know, okay, this is the thing. I have a
Mm-hmm.
YouTube channel. People can go there and see my videos. I have my
Mm-hmm.
Instagram where I put in a lot of content. I love
Mm-hmm.
Instagram. Instagram is my favorite. Now I'm
Mm-hmm.
slowly start building my LinkedIn profile also. So slowly,
Mm-hmm.
slowly, you need to have this proof. So when people go to Google and type your name,
Mm-hmm.
they should get at a click of a button your every story, your videos, your blogs,
Mm-hmm.
your websites, everything
Mm-hmm.
should come there. Oh, that's when they know, okay, this guy's doing some work, he has some social proof,
Mm-hmm.
he's done something in his life. But if you're telling yourself a life coach and you go to Google and you type your name and they have nothing to see over there, no content, they
Mm-hmm.
won't believe you.
People, I mean, or
Mm.
businesses from a marketing standpoint, you know, you need to show why
Yes,
customers should care about you, right? You can't just create a
yes,
business tomorrow
correct,
and create a product tomorrow, day after
correct,
tomorrow, and just tell them, okay, this is what you need to buy. You know, you need to actually tell them how your
yes,
service or your
yes,
product, whatever it is, and whoever you are, you're a freelancer or you're
correct,
working for yourself or you're working for a company or you're a salesperson, marketing person, whatever it is, it's the basic thing that you need to show your customers that your
correct,
product or your service will make their life better. You don't have to tell about, okay, I'm this, our product is this, we
correct.
can do this, we can do that. Everybody does that. Okay. That is what a lot of people, a
Yeah,
lot of businesses is
yeah,
lacking on social, right? Like they're not expressing themselves. They're not telling why, it will
correct,
be beneficial to the other party, the
correct.
viewers, right? Or the customers.
Yes,
So that's what they're lacking. For people who are, you know, uh, let's say, who are struggling every day to do something new, they have decided already to do something new. They want to do it, but every day it's they're gonna fail. Even we are failing, we are failing like
yeah,
on a daily basis because of some issues,
yes,
right? For example, right now it's COVID-19,
yes,
and
yes.
maybe next year it's something else, right? So what would you like to advise to them, like how to
Uh,
keep on fighting?
Keep on. There's no other way. Struggle is the struggle. Yeah, that's the only.
That's the
Struggle is
only way,
always
right?
there.
Like keep on
Casting is
hustling,
always there. You
keep
can
going. That's
never
the only
stop.
way.
You can never. If you want, if you stop, your life will be
Uh-huh.
stagnant. As simple as that. See, there are two things which
Mm.
drives people a
Mm-hmm.
lot in their life. One is the pain. One is the pleasure. These two things.
Mm-hmm.
Either you can go through a
Mm-hmm.
lot of pain and then you
Mm-hmm.
can change, or you can think of the pleasure
Mm-hmm.
what you can get by doing an action and then you can change. The choice is yours. Either you
Mm-hmm.
can go through a lot.
Mm-hmm.
See, if you don't act now, you will go through a lot of pain and then life will make sure you act upon it. If,
Yeah, that's very true.
yes,
Life will teach you
yeah.
certain things in a very
Rather
painful
realize
manner
now and
unless you
see
realize
what
it
pleasure it
in the
can give
beginning
you,
itself.
and be driven by that pleasure
Mm-hmm.
of having a dream job or a,
Mm. That's the thing, That's the thing. Today I woke up, I wanted to complete this podcast and I wanted to give a lot of value. And frankly, we have the things we
yes,
spoke about and the things you suggested, you thought what entrepreneurs should do or
correct.
a life coach should do. This is perfect.
Yes,
This
yes,
can
yes.
provide a lot of people with a lot of value.
That's good.
Today I did this, I'm happy. I'm
Correct.
not worrying
Yeah,
about
it's
my
it's
100th
one
podcast. Okay,
one
when will I
podcast
get
at a time.
100 million
Keep
followers
keep
or
doing
this kind of
one
things?
podcast.
Mm-hmm.
It will change. Even I recently
Mm-hmm.
started Anchor podcast. It's called as the
Mm-hmm.
Inner Guru only. I've just finished like I think
Okay.
7 8 podcasts.
Mm-hmm.
So yep,
Mm-hmm.
that's it. No, no,
Like, are
I'm
you
speaking also. I'm
speaking things
interviewing
or are
people
you
also.
kind of interviewing people?
Both ways.
Okay,
Mm.
that's nice. Hmm. And to end this with, uh, I just want to ask you, like, what would be your quote? I mean, what would be the one thing that you always tell yourself or tell others
I
to
just tell
deal
that
with that problem?
the answers for your life is there right within yourself. Always don't stop working on
Mm-hmm.
yourself. Keep improving yourself. Like I say, start
Mm-hmm.
working on your four things: your body, your mind, your heart, your spirit.
Mm-hmm.
If you know to fix these
Mm-hmm.
four things, these four pillars of your life,
Mm-hmm.
you will definitely build a strong building, a strong foundation, a
Mm-hmm.
strong structure for your life.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And I always say that for things to change,
Mm-hmm.
you have to change. For things to get better, you have to get better. Simple as that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That's very true. And what I believe in is
Correct.
improvise, adapt, and overcome.
Mm,
I heard this in a movie actually. So actually, I always implement this. If I'm
yes.
facing something, I try to improvise.
you have
If
to
I'm doing
you have
something,
to
I try to
adapt. See,
adapt to that life,
for timing,
and
if
I
I have to say a
overcome
short, like
problems.
now,
Yes.
in this past 1 month, I started my
Mm-hmm.
drop shipping store.
Mm-hmm.
I've started two drop shipping stores actually, because what to do? My business is
Mm-hmm.
shut. I can't help now,
Okay.
so I need to do something. As an entrepreneur, it's very
Mm-hmm.
important for you
Mm-hmm.
to be adapt and do something on the online. So
It
for
is.
me,
It is.
long
If
time I used to
you.
coach people. Now I've come up with my
Mm-hmm.
online course, which I've released already. There's another online course which I'm going to release this
Mm-hmm.
week. It's a 21
Mm-hmm.
days course which people can go and watch videos and
Okay.
do assignments. So you need to
Mm-hmm.
be adaptive. You need to keep changing
Mm-hmm.
your strategies. It's not like one strategy will work always.
Mm-hmm.
Keep changing.
It
Yeah.
doesn't. It doesn't. It's always like you understand you
Yes.
first of all you need to accept that problem. What
Yes.
people get stuck. This is where people actually get stuck. They
Correct.
start to wonder why this is happening. Why this is happening to me? Am I a bad person? Or life is very cruel
Correct.
to me. This is what people get stuck in. You just have to accept the problem,
Correct.
then understand it, then you can overcome it. I believe that
Yes. Yes.
there's a
Yes. Yes.
solution for every problem in
Yes.
life,
Definitely.
right? That's what I believe
Definitely.
in. And
Thank you so
Gurdat,
much.
this was a great session, by the way. And thank you
Thank you.
so
Thank you
much
so
for
much for
being
having
part
me.
of
I wish you
hashtag
all the
Being
best.
Entrepreneur. I think, mhm.
Thank you.
Thank you, and I wish you all the best too.